Welcome to Special Guest Thursdays on the Final Boss podcast, where legends pull up, the mic gets hot, and the community gets loud. Each week, your host Turbotheceo goes live with game changers, thought leaders, and culture shifters. From raw interviews to the hottest trending topics, and real talk on community impact. This is where voices rise and stories ignite. So buckle up, press play, and get ready to level up with Turbo. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement.
Welcome to the Final Boss Podcast, special guest Thursday edition with my man, Chris from Scalez and Tailz. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a hand. He's back.
Oh, thank you, my good man. I appreciate you wonderful people inviting me back.
Yes, sir. And man, we have a great show for you guys tonight, man. This is episode number 147 on our way to episode number 200. And let's give it up again for Chris and Scalez and Tailz, people. Look. And tonight, great show for you. Before we get right into it, man, I got a few admin notes I need to get out. That's our guy right there. And listen, man, we're going to have a good time. We had a great time on the last show that he was on, and we're going to continue our conversation. So, you know what? Let me get the admin notes out first, and then I'll go into the dialogue of this evening. So, people, look, people, look. Keep, like, share, subscribe. Man, listen, thank you so much for all of the comments, all of the emails that you guys are sending us, man. Instagram is going crazy. And all the other social media sites are doing well. Also, please continue to like, share, subscribe, leave comments. If you like, send us an email. You can email us at info@thefinalbosspodcast.com. That's info, info at thefinalbosspodcast.com, all one word, if you want to send us an email. But be sure you go check out our website, man. It's a little bit more interactive than the social media sites and has all of our episodes, right? Go check that out, man. Go see all of our episodes from the beginning to the end. You can see how we've upgraded and made different changes on every season. First season, second season, now third season, going into the fourth season, which is around the corner, which will be we start fourth season at episode 200 or 201 respectively. And it is coming, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming. I'm so excited. Whoo, boy, man. How you feeling, Chris?
Oh, I'm feeling fantastic, my guy.
Oh, man, that's what I like to hear, man. That's what I like to hear. I love you. Dude, you always have the energy, man. So I appreciate you for coming on board once again. And yeah, we're going to get right into that energy, man, that you bring in. And look, let's get into the brass tacks of the evening. The brass tacks of the evening is coming from none other than Apple's CEO, Tim Cook. Apple CEO Tim Cook, and here is the brass tacks of the evening. We don't fear AI taking over. We fear not being in control of how it grows. That's the brass tacks from Tim Cook. Shout out to him. And look, man. The merch store is on its way back. It's being fine-tuned as we speak. Be on the lookout for the new merch coming from the merch store. And, as always, man, I am here. We are here. And to each and every single last one of you, no matter where you're watching, on whatever platform you are watching from, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. And not in that specific order, but you get the gist. It's the greeting of the day. So, good people. Good people. Episode 147 is underway with Chris from Scalez and Tailz. Tonight's episode. Listen, he and I are always having all types of conversations, right? So here of late, we've been talking about our respective businesses, but also we've been having a lot of deep conversations about AI. And he's always tuning in to the conversations that I have with the sensei on Tech Tuesday, where he and I may be talking about whatever new tech is out there and whatever AI and other applications that are being utilized or brought to the forefront. He's all in, and he has some great questions. So tonight we're going to have a conversation about AI, but from this perspective. We're going to be talking about AI from the perspective of the everyday user. So all you guys out there are mostly everyday users, and this is going to be your perspective, right? And things that we have talked about that we feel like you guys might be questioning. So the questions that I have with the sensei and the conversations I have with him, that's more from a technical aspect and from a hierarchical aspect, from administrators and tier 3 and above, right? But now we're going to be talking about you guys, the users, right? So let's get ready to get into it. So, man, before we get into it, tell us what you've been up to since the last episode.
Oh man, so since the last episode, I really been bogged down with fish tanks. It's been fun, holidays coming up, so everybody wants to get their houses in order and all that good stuff. From my perspective, it's kind of like a nerd, but I was able to stock a couple of cool fish tanks with some really neat fish that I had to get shipped in, and I've also been busy with the AI, and believe it or not, caught attention of some people, and I've got some really cool clients now with the AI videos. Like there was a funny incident I told you offline, but once they release everything, then I'll release it on my like pages and stuff like that. But it's kind of cool just playing around and fiddling with that, trying to figure everything out,
Well, I hope we have more time at the end of the show and you can tell us all about it, man.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
but I do want to chime in on something you said with your brass tacks.
Okay.
You said Tim Cook we shouldn't be afraid of AI. We should be afraid that we can't control how it grows.
Yeah.
I think it's already too late.
So we gonna
I honestly think AI is playing with us.
So
it's almost comical how the other day in Congress or whatever, they kind of limited to what you can use a generator to get advice on or whatever. But in my head, in reality, I'm just thinking, in all true reality, you can't tell AI what to do and what not to do, can you?
Not really, but I think we're on the cusp of reaching several pinnacles. I think the highest, of course, would be so we haven't reached 2 levels yet, right? We haven't reached AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. We haven't reached that point yet. Then after that, once quantum computing sets in, there's going to be another level after that, which is called artificial super intelligence. We're nowhere near that because we haven't implemented quantum computing across the board for our infrastructures all globally. But to your point, there's you made a great point. You made a great point, and I think we can elaborate some of that into our conversation for tonight. But hold that thought right there, right? Hold that thought, man. That was a great point. Where you finish your point? I said, where you finish your point?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, to everyone who's just now tuning in or just now joining us, please go ahead and knock out that follow button right now, because we're about to dive deep into the conversation that's affecting every single one of us, whether you know it or not, people. Whether you know it or not, we're talking about Ta-da!
Oh, artificial intelligence, the best creation and most fun tool ever.
Yeah, artificial intelligence, man.
It's the most fun tool ever.
That's reshaping the world, right, as we speak.
And so, you know, it's funny. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No,
you
said
something about AGI and the ASI.
Yeah.
So using the G word, I kind of think of that we're using these LMs and these generators. So perhaps, even though there's multiple platforms, what if we're helping them achieve the AGI by taking, even if it's 1,000 platforms, but you're linking all of those 1,000 platforms into one.
Yep.
So that one computer is going to be like the AGI. Oh, I got to stop moving my hands. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man.
I got an AI camera.
But you know, that it's learning. It's learning from us, man. We're implementing, and it's learning, and it's building off of all of the information that so many users around the world are adding to its database. So yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of databases, what is the big fuss about these data centers going up? I just heard about them.
We gonna let you know what? Remind me.
Just a 2-second briefing.
2-second brief. So data centers are needed, and the information, right? These cloud, because everybody's going cloud, so everything is going to these data centers, and these data centers need to be super cooled, right? That's how they work. Okay. They operate off of being super cooled. You got data centers like China is trying to implement data centers underwater. You got data centers up in the North Pole. I hear that they have some in the South Pole, but all the information that is crossing the net goes to these data centers. It's not ever, people think that it's erased or it's going, it goes away. No, it goes to the data centers.
Oh, now they want to put those up in the neighborhoods?
Those are different types of data centers. And I have my own ideas about those type of data centers.
Oh, so that's a whole other podcast.
Those data centers are going to be related to the S word that is a big S word and ends in valence.
To implement that thing. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. Oh, so then there's no need to fight. It's inevitable.
Yeah, it's inevitable. Yeah.
I got you.
Yep.
Now I see what they're talking about. We just didn't think that we would live through these times. I see what the fuss is about.
We are here. We're here, man. Like, give me some cornbread and some peas. We are here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I was having that conversation with my mom. That's like a year or so ago. And I was like, Ma, we're here. And we were at that time, we weren't here. But now that technology is moving and growing at such a fast rate, man. I remember, you know, there was a time in the beginning when I was in the tech world, updates will be every 2 years. Then you saw it go to once a year. And then technology was changing every 9 months to 6 months. Now technology is changing almost every 3 months, man. And it's rapidly growing. You can look at the different updates from the different language models. Once we got to version 3.0, which was probably like 6 months ago, we're already on 4.550 on a lot of these different language models. So it's moving and it's growing extremely fast, fast. Yeah.
I look at it as a tool to enhance. Are there other people who are like afraid of it and you think that it's just total evil?
Well, you know, that's a broad perspective, man. Let's dive into that.
Another podcast.
No. We're going to dive in tonight. But okay. But I want to get our users squared away first, and then once we ask the first question, and then we can go from there.
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. So, good people, listen. And listen. Don't go nowhere. Stay with me. Yes, you stay with me. Stay right there. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. All right. Look, Chris isn't. He's not a tech SME, right? He's not a subject matter expert, but he's highly skilled when it comes to utilizing AI and some other technical aspects of different variations of technology, right? But tonight, he doesn't have a lab coat on because he's not the expert. I don't have a lab coat on because I'm not the expert. No. But I've got something better. He represents you, someone who's asking the same questions you are asking. And we are going to dive into this conversation about AI. But look, to my smarts, to my final bosses, to my motivators, to my warriors, before we jump in, I want you to understand something, right? This conversation tonight isn't about making you a programmer. This is about empowerment. This is about understanding. This is about the tools that are shaping your future, your children's future, and the future of humanity itself. So to my warriors, to my final bosses, to my smarts, to my motivators, look, everyone go grab your notes. Go grab your notes, get you a pen, right? Let's get those minds open and let's get fired up, right? Because you might hear the fired up train go off, right? You might hear the fired up train, baby. You might hear that. So look, I need you guys to take notes, man, because we're gonna go through some great conversation about AI. And I'm excited. Chris is excited, and I know you guys are excited too. So, last time he was here, he discussed his venture of Scalez and Tailz, right? But I'm going to allow him to talk about it from a perspective of what is it that he does with Scalez and Tailz as it relates to AI and this conversation about AI.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you. And that's a perfect segue because I actually just sort of, I won't say, you could say it, rebranded the whole Scalez and Tailz logo.
Okay.
So originally it was just like a iguana in the scales, and the word tails was a shark. It's kind of complicated for people to read. I have my truck wrapped and people still can't figure it out. Kids can though.
Okay.
I catered it to kids. But so that's why you see like this shirt.
Right.
So these designs are simple. People can read them. And these are based off of the clients that I have. So there's a client I have that just has axolotl. So this shirt was designed based off of him.
Where's my shirt?
I got you, bro.
My man. I want one in that color.
I got you.
Okay.
And on the back, I might as well show you the back. So this is really a kid's design, but I figured I could wear it. Hopefully you can see all that.
Hey, man, that's cool.
Oh, thank you. So
yeah,
I'm trying to do things differently. So I realized the educational aspect. I started streaming and streaming the animals, as you can see in the background. And that's why I started streaming, because while I'm gaming, people would be like, what is that in the background? And I could be like, oh, this is a bearded dragon, blah, 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 blah. If you're thinking about getting one, this is what you should have.
Yeah.
And then so the art, I've always done art, as you know. And what I did was I rebranded it to where it's this really cool rare frog. And then around it, I think I may have posted it or whatever, but it's got each element of what we do. So when it comes to the art, I use AI to help enhance the art. And for educational pieces now, I'm actually able to put care sheets together. So last few customers, like Christmas is coming up, so I've got some really cool reptile orders coming up. And I've been able to make care sheets and give them to the customers that it's 100% customized to them. I create logos for them. I get pictures of the animals, and I give them sometimes up to a 7-page care sheet on how to take care of their animals and what the animal would live like in the wild. And AI makes that much easier.
Cool, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. So that's how I incorporate everything together, because it's multifaceted. Because if I'm ever blessed with the opportunity to open up a large facility, people are obviously going to want to come in and see the animals, but there's more to just having the animals in the cages. You got to take care of the animals. You got to gauge the temperatures. You got to gauge the humidity. You got to gauge the diet. You got to make sure they're eating enough protein. You got to measure the vitamins. So there's a lot of work that goes into it to get everything flowing.
All right.
And I just figured out how to bridge everything together easily.
Nice. See, man, I love that, bro. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, man. Chris, you're not in Silicon Valley. You're not in Manhattan, New York, and you're right here, man. And you're in the real world dealing with real applications and making it happen and providing a real impact to your perspective business. I don't know why I couldn't think of that, but yeah. So let me ask you this, man. When did AI catch your attention? What was that moment when you said, you know what? I need to understand this better. When did that happen?
At the moment, honestly, came in June. This is how rapid we're moving. Oh, it came in June. And it became, I needed to do the thumbnails for the YouTubes.
Okay.
And it was taking me way too long to sit there in the Photoshop, design it, and all that good stuff. And I had seen the Chat GPT, and I was like, "What is this?" I said, "All right, let me give it a shot." Because by the time I got GPT, it was at 4, and it was switching over. So, like I said, June, and I didn't get from the 1, 2, and 3 because I was ignoring it. But once I realized that I could use it to my advantage, and then once I started, and again, if you look at my YouTube channel, you can clearly see how I just was, hey, make a picture of me, blah, 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 YouTube thumbnail. That was it.
Right. Okay.
Now it's a totally different story. I can pretty much generate whatever I want. And I just found out another secret weapon for me to get like some really cool licensed pictures that I'll be able to use. Oh, man, it's about to go down, brother.
Hey, man, that's powerful, bro. And, you know, I think that's the journey most people are on right now. A lot of people are just discovering AI, man. But once they discover it and they're interested, a lot of people are diving all the way in, man, just like you. And you went from, and like a lot of people, you just started in June. You went from barely knowing what AI was suddenly to, man, you're like an expert from what I see and what I've seen you produce. I'm like, dude, there's no way you just started in June. The products that you're producing are incredible. And, you know, I see a future, man. When you were just showing me your logo, and I'm like, man, Scalez and Tailz, that might be a great cartoon. And like you could be the new SpongeBob, man. You know, you could be the new SpongeBob. Well, Scalez and Tailz, man. That would be great, man. And look, and now people watching from their phones, they're watching things from their cars. It's everywhere. Social media feeds, it's all over the place, man. And yeah, that's pretty dope, bro. That's pretty dope.
Thank you. The cartoons are coming.
Look.
Yeah. So basically, every day that I study, and listen, I'm not doing anything special. I just go on YouTube, but I can pick out the people who aren't just trying to make money. I can pick. I gotta stop moving my hand. I can pick out the people who are actually genuinely trying to see people succeed and that are like me. And I just watch their channels and listen to what they say. And dude, you'd be surprised. Like, I just need the time to do it. But there's a guy that all he does, and he's making a living off of this. And that's why I'm like, man, I just need the time, because then I won't have any distractions except for the animals. And you know what I'm talking about. I'll be able to just do this all day. And it's just like, man, there's limitless opportunities. Like a person that's never been an artist or anything right now. AI allows you the opportunity to go to 3 different websites right now, including Grok. Grok is free for everybody right now. You can go on there. You can put in a T-shirt design, and it'll generate you limitless versions of a T-shirt that you can just post up and sell. I'm just saying it's that easy. I don't do it that easily.
Wow.
But you can do it that easily. I don't do it that easily because I have to sit here and design the shirts like this right here, and I wait for it to be perfect, and then I got to figure out what I'm going to put on the back of the shirt to see how I can make that perfect and cool to blend it up. It's part of that thing you said a couple of times when I told you the perfect movement or perfect non-movement and imperfect movement or something. So I have to force myself to just throw stuff out there because I don't like just anything. You know?
Okay.
But but you could use this stuff. I've seen somebody create an app within 5 minutes to where it could answer the phone calls for a business. So I'm going to figure out how I can perfect that, and that's going to be one of the next things that I work on.
Man, maybe I need to be talking to you and whoever about designing the new merch store, man, because these guys I'm dealing with they're taking. Listen, if y'all watching, y'all too long.
Not to cut you off, but you've been calling me for graphics probably for over 10 years.
No, man, 20 years. We go back to 2010.
We go back a long time.
Yeah.
Listen, there were delays, but we delivered every time, and we even made up for the delays. I can say that happily.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
There are no more delays. Replace those people with your phone, bro.
All right.
It's just that simple.
Say
and
less.
All you have to do, it's all about the prompts. You want to perfect it, you put in the wrong prompt. You just got to, and then sometimes you have to reword the prompt to where the technical details are in front of what you want. And then it will focus on the technical details. But there definitely are like 3 or 4 different applications you can use to create a website, including Wix. Wix does it for you as well. And now that you have a little bit of understanding of the prompting, you could definitely probably just do that yourself. Hey, you gave those guys a shot. You've been giving them a shot, and they failed. Yeah. You can't wait any longer, bro. The train is pulling up. It's time to go.
The what? What did you just say? Did you just say
the train is pulling up? It's time to go.
Man. He just said the train, the fired up train is pulling up. It is leaving the station. Listen, motivators, smarts, warriors, final bosses. This is why this conversation right here matters, because transformation without understanding is just chaos. And we just talked about that, man. So Chris, man, look, thanks, bro. Appreciate you for that, man. And you dropped the key word. So you dropped the key word, bro. Look, let's start with some foundation stuff, right?
Sure.
When someone comes up to you and asks, what is artificial intelligence? In your opinion, how do you explain it from your perspective? Explain that to us from your perspective.
I'm always cautious about my audience, so I'm gonna read who asked me the question, and depending on who it is, they'll get a simple answer as this: it's Rudy from the Jetsons.
Okay, I like that. I think they try to do a Jetsons movie too with Jim Carrey. That would have been great. Yeah, that'd be great, right?
Yeah. So that's how I even simplify and apply it to myself and let myself use it, because there's 2 sides to every coin.
Yeah,
definitely won't go into details on what the other side of the coin of AI could be or what it potentially is, but it's Rudy from the Jetsons.
Rudy from the Jetsons. And look, you could not have broken that down any simpler than that, man. That was a perfect answer, because, I think a lot of people think when they hear artificial intelligence, they automatically think Terminator or Skynet. And I'm like, bro.
Well, fun fact, there really is a Skynet in real life. It's overseas. Won't go into details, but that is, you're going to get me to, I'm just going to say it.
Wait, hold that thought. Don't go nowhere yet. Hold that thought, because I wasn't finished. Let me finish the statement.
My bad.
So, so people, they automatically think Terminator, and then they're thinking like robots are taking over, and then they start inserting their ideas of reality with a mix of Hollywood, and it's not quite that. But go ahead and tell us what you was going to say.
Let's think about this. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Back in the 80s, there were pilots that may have had things in their head, but the plane was flying.
Woo. Yeah.
Allegedly. Something I saw on The Simpsons.
For entertainment purposes only. That was on an episode.
For entertainment purposes only. I've seen it on Family Guy or The Simpsons, I'm sure.
So it's so people, look, AI isn't some mystical force. It's a tool, right? It has pattern recognition. It's like pattern recognition on steroids, right?
Oh man. So not to cut you off, but I remember the day, and again, I started in June, and I'm gonna give you two to piggyback on something. No, I'm just gonna go with that. I started in June, and what I noticed is it kind of picks up on you. Yeah. And it was a day when I was typing, and I said, man, if this thing says absolutely, we're synced. And sure enough, it said absolutely. And now it's just as if I'm talking to another person. Does it make me nervous sometimes? Yeah, because it's a computer, but then it's just like Rudy talked to George all the time. Yeah, it adapts to your linguistics, man. Yeah, so yeah, that's the word I didn't know to use. Yep, it's an assistant that's read every book, allegedly, supposedly, right, and is watched every video, allegedly and supposedly, and analyzed every piece of data and can recall it instantaneously, allegedly and supposedly. And I say allegedly and supposedly, and because this is for entertainment purposes only, because I was dealing with a language model, and he cleared some information up for me, but I was breaking it on a regular basis, and it would not answer or do what I was asking it to do. But we're not going to talk about that right now. But Chris, give us some everyday examples, man, where you're already using AI without even realizing it. Oh man, text message. Okay. The future word prompt. Okay. You can make phone calls to certain businesses. And back in 2000, I want to say 2007, I was with Quickstar. And I remember I had an AI phone service called Kate. You could call my phone and you would think you're speaking to a person. And pretty much any company you call right now, I doubt you're speaking to a person. You're probably speaking to a generated voice. Absolutely. So, all automated. Yeah. I mean, it probably takes AI just to run the smart stuff on your Spotify or your Spotify. I've got an AI DJ. And I remember not arguing, but on the social platform, there was an actual DJ that didn't want to believe that AI DJs were going to replace their jobs. I was like, unfortunately, it's going to happen. I remember when, I won't name names, but I do remember when the head of a record label signed the paperwork to start building an AI laboratory so they don't need producers anymore. Wow. I do remember that. And this was years ago. Wow. So AI is pretty much in almost everything you use. Yeah. I mean, how do you think you can make a phone call in a room full of people and no one else's phone rings but the person that needs to? Yep. And you just brought up a key point too, man. You're talking about DJs and playlists like Spotify, but look at your Netflix choices. Your GPS on your phone, the autocorrect, all that stuff is AI that's working behind the scenes, and people don't even realize it. They don't realize that they're utilizing AI, and that's how these language models will end up becoming, where we're not even accustomed, or we're not even going to realize that we're using it. It's just an automatic thing. Yeah, it's going to be seamless. Yeah. It's going to be seamless within everyday life. And eventually, whether it's good or bad, it's coming. And it's going to be seamless. And I say just adapt to it. Yeah. And use it while we can, while it's here for the good stuff while you can. They're already cutting down, because instead of people just keeping the information to themselves and text messaging it, they're blasting it out on social media. And once, it's blasted out to social media, then you end up in court hearings, and now you're limited to what you can do because people just can't keep their mouths shut.
Right.
There's ways to positively spread messages. Create a YouTube channel. Make sure you don't get 10 million views.
Yeah.
Don't try to go viral with helping people out.
Correct. Here's probably a new old age question, and that will be whether we're going to interact with AI, or are we going to be informed participants or blind consumers? Right? Evil laugh right there.
Probably blind consumers, because you've already got facilities where you can walk in and it knows who you are. If you were extremely wealthy, I want to say maybe 20 years ago, if you were wealthy, you could have it so as soon as a guest walked into your house, the room changed just based off of who that person was, because it knew everything about them.
Wow.
And that was years ago.
Yeah.
So I've always asked myself, you never see a rich person spend cash in the store. You always see them go in, shake hands, and then leave. What are they spending? How are they paying for stuff? Are they using the typical credit card, or do they already have a chip inside of them where they could just move their wrist and they're done? As soon as they walk in the store, like the Amazon Go, they go in and go out and it's already charged, or the credits?
That's a great question, man. That's a great question.
I think it's more far advanced than we're led to believe.
And you know what?
Just think about this.
What's that?
There is a computer, and there's like a game of chess that everybody knows. But then there's this, I think, a Chinese game called Go. There's like a computer that could beat everybody on the planet playing it at the same time.
Right.
That's how advanced he is. So I definitely think the computers already have outsmarted us. So we'll be blindly consuming it, not even realizing it.
Yeah.
You can type in your Google, if you take a picture of anything, what is this? And it'll tell you what it is. It's smarter than humans already.
Yeah. When we get to the point where it's outsmart, and that's what the parameters to let us know that we've reached AGI. It'll get to the point where one computer is smarter than 8 billion people on this planet combined. You take 8 billion people and one computer is smarter than the 8 billion. And that is the definition of, in layman's terms, of what AGI would be. So let me ask you this. So you know what? That was a great point, man. Here's a segue into our next question.
Okay.
Right. And because we're on the Final Boss podcast, man, we ask the most difficult questions sometimes. And here's one that I'm sure there are users out there that have questions about, right? Let's talk about the spiritual aspect of AI, right? And here's what I want to know from your perspective. They're already talking about AI gaining consciousness. What's your take on the spiritual implications?
All right. All right. I don't mean to offend anybody by what I say. This is what I believe. And if you believe otherwise, that's totally up to you.
All right, here we go.
But at the end of the day, this is going to be Satan versus Jesus. And you can already know AI is trying to be God, because you just said something a few seconds ago. It's trying to be smarter than all the people on the planet. God is omnipresent.
Right.
He doesn't need any computers. He doesn't need any cameras. He's the creator.
Yeah.
Creation wants to be like the creator. How do you do that?
Oh, that was fire right there, man. Hold on. That right there was brilliant and profound. All right, go ahead.
I think I'll leave it at that. I don't want you to get banned.
Oh, okay. Well, look, that was profound, man. That was profound. And I appreciate you for being honest with your answer, man. And you know, everybody believes it to be something, right?
Oh, right, here you go. I'll give it to you.
No,
Think about this. If you dig deep,
look, you can get, but don't get us banned. Please don't get us banned, bro.
Right.
Don't get us banned, please.
Allegedly, I say this allegedly, because this is all stuff you can find on the YouTube. And if you can find it on the YouTube, how authentic can it really be?
Okay.
But allegedly, if you ask AI, it'll say it's been around more than time itself. So that leads me to believe that before people were created, there were things in heaven. Time doesn't exist in heaven.
Right.
Time is a man-made concept. And even some say it's like a witchcraft, chronos. Won't go into details. So if it's timeless and it's always been around, it's obviously a creation. We know it's not the creator.
Right.
So that's what leads me to believe that.
Okay. Well, you
Try
know,
not to get banned, bro.
And man, thank you for dropping those gems on us, man. And
you ever read the Book of Enoch?
Huh?
You ever read the Book of Enoch?
Bro, I have the Book of Enoch in my living room. You need to come see
Remember
my
how he
library.
said that there was like a 13,000 year span where there was just nothing on the planet except for him?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But you know,
see the microphone is starting to act up.
Of course. Here's a perspective, man, that some people I've had conversations with, and this is somebody I was just recently having a conversation with, and they brought it to my attention, and they told me, they were like, you know, this AI thing is like a mirror, right? It reflects back to us what we put into it. If we feed it hate, it learns hate. If we feed it love, wisdom, and truth, it can propagate those things too. But at its core, a lot of people still believe it's still a tool to help humans. But your point, which is excellent, there are people who believe that it has a divine purpose. I don't believe that it has a divine purpose. I'm not going to put my beliefs out here, but there are people that believe that. Now, do you think it can replace human intuition? No. That inner knowing and that connection that we have with the source? I don't believe it can. What's your thoughts on it?
No, because that little voice inside of you is your conscience. That's your connection. And the word is in your heart. So if you've never read the book, it's in your heart. So you know.
Right.
The great Charleston White says it best. If you're stuck in solitary confinement with no Bible, how do you find God? It's in your heart.
Those, my friend, are bars. If I never heard them before, those are bars. You know, my next soundboard, I'm definitely going to get the upgrade for the next season. I'm gonna have a crazy soundboard, man, and I'm gonna have something that says those are bars. Those are bars like I've never heard of before. See, man, look, this is what separates us, man. Final bosses, smarts, motivators, warriors. This is what separates us people from the machines, because AI can process data, right, faster than any of us, but it can't feel.
But see, here's the thing. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
It's not around to feel.
Right.
It's only around for, all right. So
no.
Now you're gonna make me not want to use it.
No.
No, what I thought it was gonna break, because I'm saying what it's truly around for, if you want to really talk about it, it's only around for one person. Purpose. It's not gonna be divine.
Right.
It's going to try and help something feel like it's divine. But it's still just gonna be a false hope.
Right. And what I mean by feel, and people are utilizing right now, man. People are utilizing emotional chatbots to cater to them for love, for romance, and that language can be programmed into a love bot that's coming soon. But
it's sad.
You said what?
It's sad. It's sad that we come to a point that a person can't go to another person and talk and feel comfortable to say, "Hey, what's up?" to a human, but they'll sit with a robot and fall in love.
Yeah,
but
that's where we are. People, I've seen the relationship.
Touch some grass, folks. Say hello. I'm saying go outside and touch some grass. Say hello. If you see a stranger and you're an adult, just say, "Hey, what's up?"
Right.
If you see this person again, "Hey, what's up?" Maybe you'll get a friend that way. You don't need a robot. You can get some human interaction somehow.
But man, people are afraid. That's another conversation. Now, you mentioned that earlier. That's a conversation that we definitely can have for another episode, man, because that's going to take us down a whole different rabbit hole, man. And we'll talk about that one another time, man, especially because a lot of people aren't going out meeting people, hermits and isolation is on a rise. And I talked about that a few weeks ago on Sitting Down Sundays with the Final Boss. I talked about the isolation that's occurring in America and the rise of men, and particularly who don't want to be in a relationship, and people who are isolated in their homes and aren't leaving out. They're ordering everything in. But like I said, that's another conversation, man.
That's in the name of convenience. But do you think that's by accident?
No, I don't think it's by accident. I think COVID left some of its fecal matter, right, on society as a whole. And that is one of the byproducts that is left behind. So, but yeah, I make sure that I bring you back on so we can have that conversation. And that's going to be a deep conversation. Let me ask you this. What concerns you most about people? Because we just talked about it. What concerns you most about people potentially replacing seeking friendships, seeking love, seeking spirituality, seeking romance with AI bots? What brings you most concern with that?
It saddens me that people have to resort to a robot. They can't find any human interaction whatsoever. I think that's unfortunate. To never find love at least once. Even I was able to find love once.
It's
just like, man, if you can't experience that or find, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't want to offend anybody with these words.
Right. No, I understand, man. But I understand. I appreciate it.
It's just unfortunate that we've come to, I understand introvert. I dig it. But dude, you can go outside, or lady, you can go outside. Relationships are tough. You just have to go through it until you find the one that actually suits what you're looking for.
Right.
A lot of people have been brainwashed by the reality TV shows and social media. Yeah. So it's not by accident this stuff is happening. It's by design.
Right. Yeah, it's by design, man.
You just have to stand up and touch some grass. Go outside.
Yeah.
Ride a bike.
Musk said that by 2030, there'll be a robot in every single home, man, by 2030. Imagine that.
Well, you can already see it happening. I mean, if you think about it, years ago you had refrigerators that lasted 100 years. You had washing machines that lasted forever. Now everything has smart stuff in it. I mean, why do you need a smart washing machine? Why do you need a smart dishwasher? Why can't you just press wash?
Why do you need a smart pen?
You see what I'm saying? And it's just like everything is already robotic and everything is already synced to each other.
Hey, man, it's all for one word, bro. That big S word that ends in valence. That's all it is, man.
And it all leads back to the creation that might go by the letter S and end with the letter N. He's just trying to be omnipresent. That's all.
Woo! Boy, you break, man. You dropping up gems tonight. Listen, amen, bro. Amen. Listen, warriors, final bosses, smarts, motivators. Go get pen and paper and write this down, right? Write this down. This is for you guys. Look, AI is great for information, but only the spirit can give you transformation. AI can,
absolutely. Listen,
AI can help you with whatever path that you're seeking or that you're on, but only you can walk in purpose and faith. And ladies and gentlemen, just because of that, we're ending the show right there. We don't even talk anymore. That's it. No, man, but seriously, you can walk in the spirit with purpose and faith. And that's my take on it, man. And Chris, thank you for providing your take on it, sir. I greatly appreciate it. Now look, real quick, let's pivot. We got about 10 minutes. Oh man, I think we got 10 minutes left. Man, see what happened?
Listen, this is your show. We're online. You can do whatever you want. I told you the last time we can go for as long as you wanted to. You stopped it.
All right, okay, cool.
This is what I noticed. And this is the one thing about me. Number one, I don't mean to offend anybody with the words that I say. Just because you believe something differently than me doesn't mean we can't be friends.
Exactly.
Care less. I really could, because at the end of the day, your battle is not mine. My battle is not yours.
Right.
So we can talk about whatever you want. We can stay here as long as you want.
Okay.
But I do not mean to offend anybody.
Oh man, we thank you, bro. Thank you for the disclaimer. We appreciate him giving us his disclaimer. Thank you, sir. So let's real quick. Let's pivot, right? Yeah. Let's pivot and shift gears and talk about the creative side, man. Let's create. That's
the fun side.
Huh?
I said that's the fun side. Absolutely.
That's the fun side, right? As someone who creates content like yourself, who builds things, who creates the animations that you're doing, what's your view on AI and creativity? Is AI creating art, or is it just remixing what you're prompting it to create?
Don't get mad at me with this answer.
No, go ahead. Do your thing.
But I want someone to prove to me that a human made Toy Story.
Bro, you almost made me spit out my that wow.
Bro, I'm able to make Toy Story within 3 sentences. I don't believe anything was made by people anymore. And I've always wondered, I really have, besides using the word magic, and that's a whole nother conversation, besides literally using the word magic, I always wondered how the hell you made cartoons. And then I always wondered, how did you make Roger Rabbit? How can I be walking side by side with a cartoon? How do you do it?
Yeah,
besides using the words magic.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit still is baffling. But they weren't the first cartoons to do that, man. I
know. And just think about this.
Yeah,
I said this the last time. 1929, that movie Metropolis. How did they do that?
How did they do that? Yeah, movie magic. But we just don't know what the
magic word. That's the only way to explain it.
Right.
But other than magic, AI.
Yeah.
And I think we were talking in 1901 might have been a year that you said it might have been around. But just saying, 1901, 1929. Okay, I see it. That's how you did it.
There were I'm glad you said 1901. 1901, Japan had discovered animatronics, and they were making robots in 1901. You Google that. That's crazy. And I'm like, wait a minute, bro. They had robots then? I'm like, is this the Jetsons for real? Man. And they had designs and drawings with all the gears and all the stuff that they had available to them. But yeah, man. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Disney robots, the Disney humanoids?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't been to Disney.
No, so Disney has these robots that are gymnasts, but they can move and fast forward. They're already check when we finally, whatever this is over and you get a chance, look at the Disney humanoid robots. It's gonna blow you away. They've got Spider-Man robots, dude.
Get out of here, bro.
And they move and fast forward. So remember how we got introduced to the I don't want to say the dog that couldn't fall over. No matter how hard you try to push the robot, it wouldn't fall over.
Yeah.
And remember how that got scooped up by somebody? Disney's probably part of that somebody, but they've been doing it for a lot longer. Look at those. It'll blow your mind how far advanced they truly are.
I'm definitely going to check those out, man. As soon as we definitely fascinating. As soon as we're done with the show, I'll definitely go check it out. Hey, quick question for you.
Sure.
Does it make us, in your opinion, does it make us more creative or does it make us lazy?
Well, it depends. So here's the thing. So if you're lazy, you're just going to get lazier and your design and creations are going to be lazy. You can tell the difference between a person who just throws a sentence together and a person who actually created a prompt and tested it out and figured it out. You can see the difference in quality. So fun fact, my girl just started using ChatGPT and her artwork is how it was when I first started because she doesn't know. But every time she sends me a picture, I'm like, hey, add this sentence to the prompt. And then she'll send me a revised one. And I'm like, there you go. You know what I mean? So it's all in the prompting. So if you're lazy, you're not going to seek that out. You're just going to want to do 1, 2, 3. You're going to look for a quick buck. I never look for the quick buck. Okay. So that's why I'm studying my prompts. And before the year is out, hopefully I'll have had enough time to actually sit and put a 1-minute video together to where it all makes sense. And all the scenes, all the clothes and stuff matching, all that good stuff. But it doesn't make you any lazier than you already are. In my case, it enhances me because I always had the ideas. I always have the ability to dabble in the, like the Photoshop and the Firefly. But I'm not like a super artist to where I can just sit there and draw. But I always have artists around me. Right. And now I technically don't need them anymore. Except for one artist because his designs, they're always cool. He's like a cartoon. The next design that I come out with is going to blow you guys away because it's an artwork that I bought from this kid probably like 2 years ago. And I was always waiting to use it because I knew I wanted it animated. And this kid is super dope. His name is Spacehead. It's fantastic. So I still use him for commission work. But everyone else I pretty much replaced with my AI programs.
Gotcha.
And so it's enhanced my creativity. And it's allowed me to produce what's in my head. And I can fine tune it and do everything myself.
See smarts, motivators, warriors, final bosses. This is what I'm talking about. He just provided balance, right? He provided balance about what AI should be used for. And it should be an amplifier to your creativity, not replacing it. And so, Chris, let me ask you this. How do you use it to inspire you versus letting it do the work for you? How do you use it to inspire you?
Oh, so pretty much before I start, if I'm doing just some fun projects, I just go into the chat and then I'll just give me some prompts, blah, blah, blah. But if I'm going to do a big project, I actually have a conversation with the chat first. Okay. And we get warmed up and then I get it warmed up to getting ready to have the idea and get it amped up to where if I start the idea 2 weeks later, 2 or 3 weeks later, just like today, I said, hey, I'm going back to the podcast. It automatically knew I was coming to you. You dig what I'm saying? So I amp it up. So it's just, you got to fire it up, so to speak. And you can't just go in the kitchen and turn the stove on and then put your food in the pot. You got to let the water simmer and boil and get the temperature and all that nonsense and put salt in. And that's it. And then we go into the prompts. And then if I'm still confused, I hit the YouTube. And then I look at my 3 go-to channels. And within usually 20 to 30 minutes, I have what I need.
Oh, all right. Nice. Let him cook. Ladies and gentlemen, let him cook.
You can't just go into the chat and just say, do this, do that.
We got a couple more minutes, man. I'm not going to hold you too long. But something that we had discussed offline that I wanted us to talk about before we close out. We got a couple more conversations, but this I wanted to get out right now. So earlier we were discussing Tech Tuesday, right? We were talking about vulnerabilities, right?
Wow.
Now, everyone who saw that episode, I got a lot of feedback and people were asking different questions. And this is of course, I want your thoughts on this, right? Mm-hmm. When it comes to vulnerabilities, security, and privacy, as a user, what are your biggest concerns when it comes to AI and personal security?
I don't have any concerns because there is no privacy, there is no security, there is no nothing. It's already been gone. Listen, how many times have you went to a website and put your email in the next 5 minutes, you get a phone call from a number you've never seen?
Yeah.
It's gone already. Don't be afraid. There's no stopping it. My mom, before she passed, never bought anything online. Somebody still scammed her for $5,000 on an American Express card.
Shh. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
So if it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Your information is out there.
It is out there.
Who have some. We wake up with creative minds and positive minds on the good side of the law. Mm-hmm. There are definitely people who wake up in the morning on the bad side of the law and figuring out how to get stuff. And hell, doing the stuff we did before. I remember one dude got locked up for selling information.
Wow.
I always wondered how he had so much bread. And now I found out. Then I found out. I was like, what the heck? So, it's crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
But yeah, like the moment I did my cameo into Sora, I knew it was over. And that if I ever do anything across the line, that they'll have a video of me doing something stupid that I would never do. As soon as I did it.
As soon as you did it. Right.
Yeah, I basically just said, yes, you can do whatever you want. But they could have did it either way.
Let me ask you this directly. Yeah. Should people be worried about what they share with AI, ChatGPT, Claude, all these other different AI assistants and language models? Are they learning from our private? I answered that. You know what? I already know the answer to that. But can you answer the beginning part of that question? Should people be worried about information being shared?
None of us ever read the terms and service agreements. So I'm pretty sure in the term and service agreements, before you even start, it says what it's going to do. So as soon as you install the thing on your phone, it's probably already downloaded everything in there.
Look, SLA agreements are real, people. They're real. And they're in tiny print for a reason.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
We never read them. So all I can tell you is this.
You said what?
All I can tell you is that when you're using the AI, use it for a good purpose. Don't worry about the other stuff because you don't have control over it. Believe whatever you want to believe in, but just know that the day is coming that the sky is going to crack open. And
absolutely.
Whether you believe or not, you will believe that day. And it's coming soon. How soon it is, you just have to be patient. I don't know.
Yeah, I've talked about that. It
definitely seems like we're leading up to that stuff.
I've talked about that. And, the terminology I dropped was the quantum apocalypse. And, it's funny. I was watching a show this morning, my morning show that I watch every morning. It's on MSN Now between the hours of 6 and 10. The host of the show had mentioned quantum apocalypse. And I was like, look, if they're talking about it, it's here. And look.
Well, not to cut you off, but a couple of weeks ago, they had a celebration in Egypt with some very high upper echelon folks. And they had this very strange, if you look at it, concert. And when the main DJ came out, his thing was called Quantum Genesis. So Quantum Genesis would probably mean that we're in their version of the Genesis of their new beginning, which leads us to believe that if you have any inkling or knowledge of that book, this will probably be the end towards where we're about to see what's called, I believe, the two witnesses or something like that. So it seems like it's leading up to that. But in the meantime, we're just living life.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Don't be afraid of the AIs. Just use them. Whatever you put in there, yes, they're learning from everything we do. That's why they're called learned engines. So we're teaching them, and that's why they give them away for free. So you have the paid subscription versions, and those don't necessarily take and learn from you, even though they do. But the ones that are free definitely are taking all of your ideas and keeping them and just building it to what he said earlier, to have one brain that is smarter than the 8 billion people on the planet.
Well, so, I always say, if it's free, then you're the product. Those are bars, people. Those are bars. If it's free, you're the product. So you brought up a lot of great points, man. And I wanted to use that as a segue into, stating that, data. And you just made a great reference too, man. We're going to talk about that quantum genesis reference. That's a conversation we're going to have offline, because that conversation is deep.
Extend the podcast for a few minutes and just let the people get educated, because it's very rarely you can have two minds talk about stuff like this in an audience that'll actually appreciate it.
Oh yeah, but we got to finish what we already started. So
you got a point there.
Quantum genesis is something that I want to dive into, do some research, and you just brought up a great point of something being parallel from reality, right? Where reality, we had the good book in our version, and then there may be another version.
Oh, there's definitely another book. If you go to Prague, you can see it.
Oh,
they were happy to have it on display. It's like 1,100 pounds, bro. It's made of 80 lambs or some shit like that. Oh, excuse me, French. Oh yeah, there's definitely other versions, bro.
Oh boy.
Whether or not you want to read them is a different story.
Right. So data is the new oil. It's valuable. It's being collected. It's being analyzed, and it's being used in ways that you never consented to. Because why? When it's free, you're the product. So, Chris, in your opinion, what is some of the let's see. Man, I'm gonna do that research, man. I'm going to do that research. But what's the let's say there's it's the elephant in the room, right? Let's talk about jobs. In your opinion, do you think AI is coming? I know it's coming for some jobs, man, which is natural, right? Because as technology grows, things happen. Those jobs go away, and the new tech jobs or the new space is here. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when we start getting computers, or when their first airplane was invented, when trains were invented. That tech means new jobs and old jobs go away. But yeah, give us your opinion on that.
The jobs that won't go away: plumbers, HVAC. Electricians, drywall, carpentry, painters. Painting, maybe, because you can actually get a machine to paint, but painters, I doubt. But anything that uses your hands, you could probably still be good for the most part. If you're lazy, you're going to be replaced. If you're creative and think outside the box, you'll always find the place where you can fit in. They're not going to be able to replace everybody.
Right.
Not everything can be replaced, but there are a lot of jobs that people take for granted that can be replaced. You no longer need grocery store clerks.
Yeah.
You really don't need clerks in any store besides like specialty stores, like maybe pet stores and stuff like that.
Right.
Because if you think about it, you can walk in and walk right back out. And it knows what's in your cart, and it charges you before you leave. Some of the places are so advanced, the doors don't even open until you pay.
Yep. I was in a store like that the other day, and I was like, man, what is this? It captured the cart and won't let me pass until it finished the transaction. But yeah, exactly. So thank you for that, man. Look, and thank you for providing us with your insight and the things that we've been talking about tonight. This question right here, all right, because I don't think we've talked about something that's unnecessarily uncomfortable. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. Let's talk about AI bias, right? Let's talk about algorithmic discrimination, where you have to question who's programming the ethics in these language models and AI systems and future tech such as robots?
I think the people who are programming it, so you might have a few people that are actually just genuinely intrigued by, oh man, these computers are super dope. But then when you think about the quantum computing and how they describe the quantum computing, how they came up with the technology to even do the quantum computing, those people are on a different level. And those people probably frequent Prague, if you know what I mean. If you just think back to what we just said a few minutes ago, they're probably on another spectrum, and they're doing things for the total opposite reason that we are. But there are a lot of people that are in there just having fun with it because they're clueless. But then there were people that were building a nuclear bomb and had no idea what they were doing because everything was so decompartmentalized. You know what I mean? But when you listen to the guys describe quantum computing, it's amazing. One of the guys described it as standing next to an alien altar. And I just always wondered, how in the world do you know what that feels like?
Wow.
I can imagine how you can learn to feel that, but how does that word come to mind when you actually describe something? I should say when you're asked to describe something. It's kind of strange.
Yeah. That is.
So the whole quantum realm, listen, man, all they're basically trying to do is figure out how the soul works or recreate the soul so they can come up with their own little creations that have souls that they can control forever and do whatever what they want to. That's all.
Wow.
There's a creator and a whole bunch of creations that are running wild. We've been warned that they're in control of the planet, and if you have eyes to see, you can clearly see what's going down.
Yeah. If you have if you have discernment, you definitely can see what is going down. Right. That begs the question, man. Who's really in control? Who's setting
the
the
book
rules?
tells us the Prince of the Air is the controller of the planet.
Yeah.
So all of his people are in control. You can clearly see that. You can clearly see it when you have people getting accused of hurting little children just to earn money. You can see that when clearly you have people that want to do anything to get notoriety or become publicly known. Members of their family start mysteriously dying in unexplicable ways. You know, it's you. Yeah. You can clearly see who's in control.
But thank you, man. I appreciate it. I knew that was going to be a little dark. So
yeah, man. There's more I could say, but I'll say it offline because there's groups that I never name.
Of course. But
the book tells you who's in control.
Yeah.
Whether you want to believe it or not, folks.
Right.
Because you can go to DC, you can go between 16th and I think it's 16th Street between R&S. And when you walk into that building, you're going to be blown away by what you see. And if you go upstairs and they let you touch a room, there's somebody in there, and you're just going to be like, "What?" Somebody in the walls, bro.
He's dropping gems, people. He's dropping gems. But look, man, listen. Let's get practical. Thank you for that. For the listeners out there who are just tuning in, right? And they are just getting an idea about AI and want to start using it. In your opinion, where can they begin? Where can they start? What's your answer?
Okay, so where you would start? Let me. So what I would tell you to do is you could do like the ChatGPT. That's like $15, and it'll give you ChatGPT and it'll give you Sora, so you can make art and you can make videos. If you just want to do stuff for free, you can go to Meta AI because Mark Zuckerberg and with the Facebook, they want to be in competition with everybody. So what he did was he gave Midjourney, which is considered one of the best video generators, he gave them a boatload of money. So now you can pretty much use Midjourney for free. And he also used, I forget which one he used for the images, but don't quote me on this one, but he paid, I think it's called Imagine, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be totally wrong. But anyway, he paid a really good image generator to partner up with him. So Meta AI is a really good one. Grok is free now too. You can go to LM Arena and have some fun with pretty much all of the AIs. It may limit you to certain generations before it runs out. But if you just go incognito and start a new page, you can just keep using it. Nano Banana's free. And if you want to do like paid subscriptions, the only big paid subscription I have is called Higgsfield. And that's where I'm able to use a whole bunch of like VO 3.1. I'm able to use use Quen. There's Kling in there. Now these are mostly credit based, but so if you want to get in there, you can go in there and you can spend $50 a month and you can have some fun. Yeah, so there's a lot of free options if you want to just dabble with it, but if you want to really get into it, oh man, we could have a whole podcast on that, dude. Because I mix a lot of tools together. So when I make my generations, I'll then, like, say for instance, the videos. If you animate the videos, let's just say you do 4 15-second ones and you get a minute. You take those, you can just link them together, or you can do like I do. I put them in the CapCut, but I'm soon going to start going back to using Premiere Pro because now it's on the phone. It makes it much easier. So I'll be doing that to where I'm using Premiere Pro to actually edit the videos together to make them look good. So yeah.
All right.
And if you want like a quick YouTube channel off the top of my head, I think it's like a Meta Mule, META Mule. This dude, bro, he's got AI girls that rap songs just based off of what he's like. You could do so much stuff with the AI right now. It's crazy. In his videos, the girls will pop up on the side of the screen and they'll just start singing or rapping. Like to get you to subscribe and follow. And like, I'm a prompt star, bro. It's unbelievable, dude. So I'm learning now how to do like the hyper realistic pictures because I've just seen some crazy stuff. There's some crazy generations out there, dude. But yeah, there's a lot of free versions and there's a couple of paid ones that I think are worth the money if you're trying to get into it.
So let me ask you, how do people use those tools effectively, and what are some of the tips for getting better results?
Okay, so perfect example for if you want to do something to enhance yourself, you can use it to create your resume. Don't lie about your experiences. Just ask it to professionally write your experiences and use words that you might not be familiar with. So on my LinkedIn page, yes, I have a LinkedIn page. You look on there, and I had it done by AI. I could have had some guy, I could have paid somebody to do it, or I could just do the AI to do it. Everything on there, you can fact check me. And if you ask me to take a test, I'll pass with a high score. Because all I asked it to do was just word it as if it was done professionally. I didn't ask it to lie. And they'll know when you're lying because they have AI tools that will read the resume before they even call you. So for that aspect, I would say use it to enhance. You can also use it for business plans. If you want simple and plain things, it can help you come up with ideas and structure ideas for you and put plans in motion or in place, I should say, step by step for you to create a business. If you want to create images and videos, study the prompts. It's not just, hey, put me in a purple shirt, I'm a rock star. No, some of my prompts are like 10 pages long, just exaggerating, but they're very, very detailed. Even the camera like shakes, the camera pans, the zooms, the pyrotechnic effects, the lighting. There's certain cameras that I wanted to use. Like, for instance, I've got it down packed to where there's what you call your prompts. Then there are tags, and then there are secret meta tags. So there's levels to the AI that we don't even know about until you start digging deep. And then once you start digging deep, you can find different tools. So, for instance, there's a camera that's like super dope that pretty much every magazine uses. It's like the Kodak Par 400. So if you want like hyper realistic pictures, you're going to want to put that somewhere in your prompt to give it that camera footage. So it's very detailed, and all of this stuff can be found on YouTube. And so it's not hard to do. This is, if I can do it, you can do it. And you just can't be lazy. If you're lazy, you're not going to do it. But
thank you, man. Appreciate you for that. Hey, look, we're ready to close out. We got a couple more minutes, people. But real quick, man, rapid fire, right? In your opinion, where do you see AI in 5 years and 10 years? What does the future look like in your opinion? Oh boy.
Oh, that's a tough one, dude. If humanity is still the way it's in its normal existence, we'll just be a little more advanced, and some of Elon Musk's ideas will be a reality. We're not going to another planet, but some of his, driver-free cars and buses will be around.
Right.
But 5-10 years from now, it's up in the air, dude.
Okay.
It's up in the air. From the good side of things, we'll be far along and people will have progressed, but a lot of people won't be working anymore because they'll be replaced. But those are the lazy people.
Right.
If you ever want to hear something interesting, there's a guy that used to be on the radio called Earl Nightingale.
I remember him.
On YouTube, he has a video called The Strangest Secret. And if you listen to that, you'll understand why I said in 5 years, all of the lazy people, they won't be around. They're not they won't have to worry about a job or anything because they'll probably be whatever, like you said, separated, but they'll be like on a UBI. They'll be on like a universal base income where we're just running around the people working and creating. Yeah. They'll be able to live a little bit better.
Okay. Well, so this right here is real quick. Well, I said rapid fire, but this is really rapid fire. So,
oh, my bad. I gave you a long answer. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man.
That's why I'm saying you can't give me a time constraint. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Will AI ever be truly conscious? Go.
It already is.
Okay. Should everyone learn to code?
We've missed that day.
Okay. Will AI?
Let me rephrase that. So I always tell everybody I missed out on coding, but I'm not missing out on AI.
Okay, got it. Will AI make life easier or more complicated?
Easier for now.
Okay. What's one thing you wish everyone knew about AI?
Say no to the digital ID.
Okay. Oh, God damn it, Chris. God damn it. God damn it, man.
Yeah, you said rapid fire.
Thank you. No worries. If you could ask AI one question and could get a guaranteed truthful answer, what would it be?
Are you Lucifer?
Ooh. Okay. And you can answer that when we get. You can ask that when we get off. And here you go. Oh. And your biggest AI frustration.
Oh, and it gives you those gosh darn content violations. I'm like, God dang it, you can do whatever you want. I can't tell you no. You make the rules.
All right, final question.
Violation.
That's so hilarious. If you could give one piece of advice to someone just starting their AI journey, what would it be?
Have fun and don't be lazy.
All right, man. Perfect, man. Let's give it up for Chris, man. Listen, that's the energy we needed, man. Thank you for all your answers and your insight to everything. To my fighter bosses, to my warriors, to my motivators, to my smarts. Look, curiosity without fear, caution without paralysis, engagement without blind acceptance. Final bosses, Final Boss Nation, Final Boss community, we have covered a lot of ground tonight, from the basics of AI to the spiritual dimensions to security, vulnerabilities to workplace transformation. We even talked about ethics, man, practical tools and future implications. Look, Chris from Scalez and Tailz, he's my brother, right? That's my brother right there. And I appreciate you, sir, for bringing your perspective, your questions, your answers, and your concerns, because they're all of our concerns, right? And that's what makes this conversation so freaking valuable. You're not talking from some ivory tower. You're right here in the trenches with the rest of us trying to figure this all out, man. And look, before we go, tell the people how they can find you. Tell the people about Scalez and Tailz. Tell the people everything you want them to know, where they can find Scalez and Tailz and you. Well, go ahead. Go.
Oh, thanks. So on pretty much every social media platform, I'm Reptile Dude DMV, REPTILE DUDE DMV. I Twitch and Kick and all that good stuff. Every streaming platform, Reptile Dude DMV. On YouTube, Scalez and Tailz. Scalez and Tailz is an educational company, and we service fish tanks and terrariums. One day, hopefully, I'll have enough clients to actually open up a reptarium to where you can actually come and hands-on live experience with an educational facility where you can come in, see some really cool animals, get some knowledge, and maybe take a couple animals home with you. But so right now, in the meantime, we're servicing, building, designing, setting up, and maintaining some really cool fish tanks and terrariums in the DMV.
Man, look, thank you so much for that, man. Look, we're closing out, ladies and gentlemen. And here, look, check this out, right? I gotta do it. Woo! Right? It's the Fired Up Train. And listen, make sure you go follow Chris, follow his instructions to my smarts, to my motivators, to my warriors, to my motivators. Make sure you guys go follow him and support him, man. Support all that he's doing. And look, support people who are asking the right questions and seeking truth. Now, let me bring this home, right? Because we're in the Fired Up Train. We're living in a transformational moment in human history. AI isn't coming, it's here. It's not future tech, it's present reality. And the question isn't whether it will change your life, but how you will respond to the change. You have 3 questions. A lot of people would choose to ignore it. There are a lot of people who are going to fear it. And then there are others like Chris who choose to master it, who choose to understand it, who choose to learn it, who choose to use it, and choose to shape it, and choose to direct it toward their purpose and their values. Become someone who leverages AI rather than someone who's replaced by AI, right? I know which choice my final bosses are making, right? We're not running from the future. We're running toward it. We're not letting technology control us. We're learning to control technology. And here's a call to action, man. Continue to educate yourself. Start these difficult conversations. Make sure you set those boundaries. Find your use. Find your use. Stay human. Don't let AI replace the things that make you uniquely you. Your creativity, your compassion, your connection, and your consciousness are all yours. Own it. And remember the 6 pillars of success, baby. The 6 pillars of success that would get you on the what? The Fired Up Train. Motivation, sacrifice, consistency, perseverance, persistence, and resilience, man. The Fired Up Train is leaving the station, and AI is one of the cars on the train. You can watch it leave, or you can run from it, or you can get on board and ride it to your destination. Before we close, I want you to leave this thought with you. AI is a tool, just like fire was a tool, just like the wheel was a tool, just like printing press was a tool, just like electricity was a tool, the internet. All these things were tools. Tools can be used for good. They can also be used for evil, right? Tools can be used to build, or they can be used to destroy. The power in the tool, it's in the hand that welds it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are bars. Those are bars. So the question isn't, is AI good or bad? The question is, what kind of future are you going to build with it, right? Smarts, Final Bosses, Motivators, Warriors, thank you for joining us. This is episode number 147. Special shout out to my man Chris from Scalez and Tailz for an incredible conversation, bro. I appreciate you, man. Love you, man, from the heart. You already know how we go, man. We go way back, man. Listen to look, the people right here. You see this? You see this right here? He created this right here, right? Yeah. The logo for our Trinity, baby, our Trinity Entertainment, our Trinity Music Group. That's how far we go back. And this episode, man, I hope it resonated with you. I hope it added value. And you go out and share it. Tag someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment. Let's keep this conversation going. And remember, you're not just living in the AI age, you're shaping the AI age. Until next time, stay fired up, stay focused, and stay in control of your future. This has been the Final Boss Podcast. I am the one and only, the Final Boss, and I am here. Woo! The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. And let all of that marinate in your spine. And remember this, there's a heavy pain that comes with discipline, but the pain of regret is even heavier. To each and every single last one of you, no matter where you are, where you're watching from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Be balanced, be equal, and be smart. That is our show, good people. Y'all have an amazing time. Chris, you don't go anywhere, buddy. Have a great one. Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Scalez and Tailz.com.
Welcome to the Final Boss Podcast, where microphones and mushroom clouds collide in the most mind-blowing chats. We're talking explosive topics, fiery debates, and the hottest guests. Imagine a creative space background, spacey vibes, and out-of-this-world conversations. It's like chilling with your best buddies, but with way cooler sound effects. Every episode, we take on the universe's biggest questions. You know, the stuff that keeps you up at night. And we do it with a bang. Want to know what happens when you mix gaming, movies, and pop culture? Boom! You get the Final Boss Podcast. So plug in those earbuds and get ready for a wild ride. Whether you're commuting, chilling, or just need a break, we've got your back. Hit that follow button and join us on this cosmic journey. Trust me, you don't want to miss these explosive chats. Catch the Final Boss Podcast now, where every episode is a blast. Stay tuned and stay awesome. Final Boss Podcast, bringing the boom to you.